Today's invocation will be given by Pastor Roderick Blewett, pastor of Southeast Texas New Horizons Church. If everyone would please silence your cell phones, and if you so choose, please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray today. Thank you, Lord. Father, we just thank you today, Lord, that in this community that faith is important. And Father, as we gather here today, Lord, we do humble ourselves before you, Lord, confessing our inability, confessing our need for you. Your word says that if we would acknowledge you in all of our ways, that you would direct our path. And Father, this is a city, Lord, that reaches out to ministers to come and pray for the city, and we thank you. Now, Lord, by the profession of all of these councilmen, they're men of faith. And Lord, we just pray today, Lord, that by their words, that they would live, oh God, as leaders of faith. Father, we pray, Lord, not only for knowledge to lead this city, but we pray for wisdom. God, that you would navigate us through the landmines of Southeast Texas. We pray, oh God, that you would direct our thoughts. God, that you would help us to be balanced, for your ways are equal. Father, you said that you've taught us, Lord, what you require to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly before you. Now, Lord, I lift up this leadership today, Father, and all of those that follow. May our leaders, oh God, be the first partakers of the fruit of humility, of wisdom, and of direction. I pray for churches. I pray for leaders. I pray for our schools, our first responders. I pray for our community as a whole. These are perilous times. Father, settle our hearts. Give us sober minds as we do the business of this city, which is your business. Father, except you watch this city, we watch it in vain. We lift our children, our families, our schools before you today, our businesses. Father, when we exalt you, we can all be prosperous. Father, just forgive us where we fail and give us direction to go forward for your name's sake. In Jesus' name, amen.
The United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
May I have roll call, please?
Mayor West.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Neal.
Present.
Councilman Durio.
Here.
Councilman Getz.
Present.
Councilman Turner.
Present.
Councilman Felshaw.
Present.
And Councilman Samuel.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, today we have 5 proclamations and 1 presentation. First, we have a proclamation recognizing the week of April 7th through the 13th, 2025 as National Public Health Week. And accepting today will be City of Beaumont Public Health Director, Mr. Kenneth Coleman. How are you, sir? There you go.
Seriously, thank you for what you do. Appreciate you guys.
Hello, thank you. Hello. Good to see you.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Well, good to see you.
Appreciate you.
There we go. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Good to see you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, sis, for what you do.
All right.
Okay, everybody, right here. 1, 2, 3.
Well, good afternoon, Mayor, Council, and my co-workers. First of all, let me thank the Mayor and Council for proclaiming the week of April the 7th through the 13th as National Public Health Week. And also, let me just thank you for your continued support. As the pastor was praying, we're living in some challenging times in public health, and to have the support of our elected officials is crucial at this time. I do have some of my staff with me because they're the ones that does the work. I just get the credit. So I really appreciate them for their dedication to public health. So the theme of National Public Health Week this year is it starts here. Your health is our mission. And so we work tirelessly to prevent, help communities prevent, prepare for, and withstand all public health threats, which may include infectious disease outbreaks or natural disasters. And as we talking about public health, and I'm sure we're all familiar with the outbreak of measles in West Texas. I was before you on March the 21st to give an update, and we had reported 309 cases. Today, there's 422 cases. We're dealing with a case in Fort Bend County where they have one confirmed case, but 256 exposures to that one case. And so with public health, we're big advocates and big proponents of vaccines. We're advocates and big proponents of people being vaccinated because vaccinations has been proven over decades to work. And I'll leave you with this from a former U.S. Surgeon General, C. Everett Koop. Healthcare is vital to all of us some of the time, but public health is vital to all of us all of the time. So again, Mayor, Council, thank you for your unwavering support.
Next, we have a proclamation recognizing the 77th celebration of the Neches River Festival. Accepting will be Mrs. Melly Belavacqua, and the 77th social chairman, and Mr. Justin Huff, the Neches River Festival 77th president. If they'd please come forward at this time. And anybody else with the Neches River Festival, please come forward at this time. We invite you down. Yes, ma'am. And Justin, y'all can come. Oh yeah, we got to get a picture first. You're right. You got it all right.
Okay, just stay there for one more second. Got it.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. We're really looking forward to this year and what we do for our youth and for the community. A little history about the Neches River Festival. Neches River Festival was formed in 1947. The members of Beaumont Chamber of Commerce were having a sunset cruise on the Neches River, and the president of the chamber, Caldwell McFadden, along with his friends, were discussing their plans how to build a stronger community, and in that moment, the Neches River Festival was born. The purpose of the festival was to provide Beaumont community and surrounding areas with a springtime celebration centered on the beautiful Neches River, to encourage its use by our citizens and publicize the beauty of our river and the value of our port. And also, on May 28, 1949, is when the Neches River Festival debuted. There were 6 princesses and there was 11 duchesses. And now, in its 77th year, we have 83 princesses and we have 30 visiting duchesses, all the way from Orange, Texas to Santa Barbara, California. As we continue to grow with our community and its youth, we're very excited to announce that we offer 7 board scholarships, and then we have 2 Otho Plummer Award scholarships for students who are in the festival that will be attending Lamar University. Thank you, Mayor and City Council, for your time. Because of your support from you and the community, we're able to continue this long-standing tradition and look forward to continuing our festival for many years to come.
And I'm inviting Amy Lavoie up. She is the president of the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, and she's going to share a little history.
Mayor, thank you so much for having me. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great honor, on behalf of the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce, to present this bell as a symbol of unity, tradition, celebration, as we officially kick off the 77th Neches River Festival. The first Neches River Festival debuted in Beaumont in 1949, thanks to the dedication and collaboration of our city leaders and business community. Under the leadership of T.T. Hunt, then the editor of the Beaumont Enterprise, the festival overcame financial challenges through the unwavering support of the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce and our city officials. The Chamber provided office space and secretarial support, while local merchants and florists generously contributed their time and resources to bring this festival to life. City officials played a crucial role, offering technical expertise, police security, assistance from various city departments, ensuring our festival was a success. This strong partnership between the Chamber, city officials, and local businesses laid the foundation for our cherished Beaumont tradition. For generations, the Neches River has been the heart of our community, carrying our history, fueling our industry, and providing a place for us to gather. And just as the river continues to flow, so does the spirit of Neches River Festival. This bell represents the call for us to come together, to celebrate our past, embrace our present, and look forward to a future filled with promises. So let this ring remind us of our strength, of our community, the joy of our traditions, and the excitement of the days to come. With that, Melly, would you please ring the bell?
Next, we have a proclamation recognizing Junior League of Beaumont Annual Day of Service. Accepting will be Ms. Gilder of Junior League of Beaumont Community Project Chair, as well as any other Junior League of Beaumont representatives here.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate what y'all do.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. I'm Sherry Dickerson. I'm the president of the Junior League of Beaumont. In case you didn't know, the Junior League of Beaumont is an organization of women whose mission is the advancement of women's leadership for meaningful community impact through volunteer action, collaboration, and training. We have 5 active community projects going right now, and one of our big ones is our service squad. It has been active in our league for, we were trying to figure it out today, decades is my best answer today. And what's so special about this event that Ms. Arkell has planned for this weekend is that we invite all 175 of our members to serve with us on that day. She's going to tell us more about it.
Hello, I'm Raquel. I'm the Service Squad Chair, ending up this year. So this Saturday, I have all the women coming out. We'll be at the Humane Society cleaning out kennels and giving love to the dogs and the cats and those, and trying not to adopt one. And we're even going to be donating a lot of necessities that they need. We'll also be at the Suicide Walk. We'll be at Stable Spirit helping out with the horses and their therapy sessions. And then we'll also be with Healthy Behavior. So we're doing a laundry day. We're giving back into those that are in need of washing clothes. They're not readily accessible to wash their clothes. We'll be helping them at a wash interior in town and giving back to the community. And we thank y'all so much for what y'all are doing today.
Thank you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have one more camera, don't move. Got it.
Yeah. Next, we have a proclamation recognizing the month of April as Autism Awareness Month. Accepting will be Ms. Tia Robinson, Autism Chair of the Chi Zeta Chapter of Beaumont Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Did I get that right? All right, well, sorry. But y'all are all welcome to come up here, and I express my apology. And then feel free to stay.
Be chosen, then thrust upon.
Want to go up for a picture? Everybody ready? Look right here. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more camera. Stay right there. Great. 3. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Baldwin about to sing the song.
No, he was talking about popping my back. It's not my back. It's the nerve going down my
Good afternoon. We want to thank you all for having us today on this wonderful, wonderful day, this wonderful beginning of the month of autism awareness. And we would like to present to you, I'm the president of Alpha Chi Zeta chapter of Beaumont, Texas, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And this is Tia Robinson, who is our, are you going to get that for us?
Forgot to hand this to you.
Thank you.
So I messed up your name
We
and
forgot about
I
that.
held up your proclamation. Sorry about that.
Okay, this is Tia Robinson, who is our coordinator of our Autism Awareness Committee, and we have her son here with us, Julian, and she's going to say a few words about autism awareness. And we also have a lot going on this month to continue to make people aware of autism awareness and the things that it entails, and some of the events that we have planned.
This is the month of April where autism awareness begins. April 2nd is the National Autism Awareness Day. And this month with Alpha Chi Zeta, we will be celebrating Zumba with the Zetas at Crunch Fitness. And we will also celebrate by wearing blue all day long, April 2nd. I know you love it.
I love it. I love it.
The Zumba with Zeta is April 13th at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Crunch Fitness on Dowling.
Y'all are more than welcome to come out and join us.
Yes, but April 2nd, wear your blue.
And post it to social media to let everyone know that you are aware of what's going on with autism awareness, and you can also post some facts concerning autism awareness. Thank you.
This is my son, Julian Clay. He is 13 years old, and I first I found out that he had autism when he was 2.5 years old, and we have gotten plenty of therapy, and now he's in junior high. And what grade are you in?
6th grade.
Sixth or seventh?
7. Well, that's a candle.
Okay, so thank you, because
That's a candle.
yes, so he's gonna want to talk on the microphone all the whole meeting. So we are happy to have y'all, that y'all had us here today. Thank you.
We're in Dayton, Texas.
Yes, we live in Dayton, Texas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have a proclamation recognizing April 6th through the 12th, 2025 as National Library Week. Accepting will be Mr. Kenneth Simeon Sr., President of the Beaumont Area Council of the Blind. And those that are with you, please come forward.
Bless you, brother.
Good to see you.
Thank you for being here.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Change it.
There's the shirts. Take your shirt.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, perfect.
I don't know.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor and City Council members. And so glad to be here before you to talk about National Library Week. The Beaumont Area Council of Blind, in partnership with the Library Users of Texas and the Braille Revival League of Texas, will be holding an event called Splash in the Spring Celebration at R.C. Miller Library, Memorial Library on Dowling Road on Saturday, April 12th from 10:30 a.m. until 12 noon. And we want to encourage everyone to read more, and it goes from students to the older adults. And so we are going to be at the library with several presentations on different things that people can do, accessing books in the local library, but also even from your iPhone or smart device. So thank you so much. We are focusing on the theme this year of celebrating 67 years of the National Library Week, Drawn to the Library. And we will encourage people to learn more about what the library offers, and we encourage everyone to join us if they can on Saturday, April 12th. Thank you so much.
Lastly, we have a presentation for the City of Beaumont Communication Update.
Good afternoon, everyone. April 7th through the 13th, as our Director Coleman told us, is Public Health Week, and in recognition, the city is hosting a free health fair. From health screenings to education and resources, we've teamed up with over 15 incredible organizations to bring vital services to our community. So we hope you'll join us April 9th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I need Tina here, at the Lakeside Center on Magnolia Street in Beaumont. It's open to all ages, and there is no cost to attend. We've got some great news to share. Beaumont has been awarded a $300,000 Resilient Communities Program grant from the Texas General Land Office. This will help update our comprehensive plan. The grant does not require any matching funds, and as part of the process, we'll be studying things like population and housing trends, land use and zoning, transportation and infrastructure, and capital improvement priorities. A big thank you to city leadership and the council who approved this grant back in July. We have some exciting news for kiddos. The city is hosting an Easter egg hunt Saturday, April 12th at the Sterling Pruitt Activity Center on Gulf Street. Children ages 12 and under are invited to attend. The hunt starts at 11 and goes until all the eggs are gone. Speaking of Easter, a reminder that city offices will be closed on Friday, April 18th in observance of Good Friday. And finally, just for today, City Council has approved a new pet shoe ordinance. Effective immediately, all pets in Beaumont will be required to wear shoes at all times. Yes, even your cats. No one is exempt from the paws on the ground rule. Any pet caught without shoes will be sent straight to a Texas-sized barbecue cook-off in the middle of downtown Beaumont. They'll have to paw through a giant plate of brisket until they find the proper footwear, because we believe all our pets should look stylish as well. And of course, just a friendly reminder, today is April Fool's Day. So, for more April Fool's Day ordinances, you can check out our city's Facebook page. And that's all for today's announcements.
It is April Fool's. And for those of you that were here for proclamations and presentations and would like to leave, now's the time to do so, and we certainly thank you for coming. The public hearing originally scheduled for today has been canceled. However, since it was posted, certainly anyone here to speak on the public hearing can still do it. The council will not be taking any action on that item today? And it's 2 o'clock.
Oops, my bad, yeah.
And now we're entering public comments. Citizens may speak on the consent agenda and regular agenda items 1 and 4, or any other topic. Items 5 and 6 have already been heard in public hearing. Therefore, citizens cannot speak on those items. The city clerk will call your name when it's your time to speak. When you approach the podium, please say your address, city, and state. You will have 3 minutes for public comment. The green light will come on when you approach the podium, and the red light will come on when your time is up. Please be reminded that myself and council cannot respond to you at this time when you're making public comments, but someone from our office will be in touch with you.
Jerome Alexander, 1118 Avalon Street, Beaumont, Texas.
Good afternoon, Jerome Alexander, 1118 Avalon Street, Beaumont, Texas, 7701. How you doing, Councilman? I just come today to remind you that it's finna start getting hot. It's a bunch of the homeless people, they're gonna need somewhere to cool off at. And I know the last time they had a problem where we got real heated up, and Mayor, you was telling me to come down here to cool off in the city hall in the area. I don't know what about in the area, but I'm just trying to give y'all a little update. Maybe y'all can find some places for them, to cool out, because it's fit to get hot. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Albert Harrison, 1240 Ashley, Beaumont, Texas.
Mayor, City Council, other city employees, other concerned citizens that are present. I have a request today. My request is real simple. I know the city of Beaumont puts on a Juneteenth activity. My request is that this particular Juneteenth activity from now on be held on the exact day of June 19th, not just on the weekend, as y'all have been doing. The reason for that is because it's a national holiday now. You're closed anyway. And by it being a national holiday, you celebrate the 4th of July on its day. So why not celebrate June 19th on its day? The only simple. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Austin Sonye, 5555 Lexington, Lumberton, Texas.
That works pretty good. Good afternoon, City Council representatives. As a 20-year roofing contractor working within our great community, I believe it's important to raise some concerns regarding the lack of education and transparency in our industry, particularly regarding the permitting process, its unique overlap to non-compliance with windstorm certification requirements, and how this affects multiple business models. It is well known that the state of Texas does not have a license to perform roofing work, which in itself can lead to a variety of complications. I'd like to draw attention to an issue that has been impacting homeowners and businesses in Beaumont: the failure to pull necessary permits for roofing work and how easy it is to slide through the cracks of not pulling one, considering there is no reprimand for such act. The absence of permits not only places homeowners in a vulnerable position, but also creates a chain of events that can leave them stuck when it's time to sell their home or deal with insurance matters. Insurance companies, real estate agents, and even inspectors are often faced with incomplete or missing documentation, which complicates, delays claims, and results in unreported issues. Additionally, some contractors are exploiting this loophole and pocketing the permit fees, which undermines the integrity of the industry as a whole. The current permitting system, with only 2 inspectors rotating out their schedule to oversee the vast number of new and remodeling projects in Beaumont, is clearly insufficient to meet the growing demand. This feature has left homeowners unaware of the legal requirement and allows bad actors to thrive unchecked. Most residential roofing work truly takes one business day to complete, giving contractors a quick escape from being caught. My proposal is very simple. We need to implement a 3 strikes policy for contractors who fail to pull proper permits. This policy would work as the following. Failure to pull a permit should result in a fine, with the penalty being doubled for each subsequent violation. After 3 violations with a desired rolling period of your choosing, the offending contractor should be banned from performing work legally within the jurisdiction for a set period of time. This policy would provide clear consequences for contractors who act in bad faith, while also creating a system of accountability that will help to protect homeowners and our community. Additionally, it would allow the market to correct itself by providing a strong deterrent for those who might be cutting corners. I am more than willing to be working and collaborate with the city to help draft and implement a solution. Drawing on my personal years being in this roofing industry, with the right approach, we can ensure better transparency, protect homeowners, and foster a more professional, responsible industry in Beaumont. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I look forward to the opportunity to discuss this further. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jerry Saunier, 1318 Highway 96 South, Lumberton, Texas.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. My son pretty much summed up some of the concerns here. As a contractor for over 50 years, strictly in the roofing business, as he had mentioned, there is no roofing license in the state of Texas. Therefore, anyone can come in and become a roofing contractor and be as legal as we are. Now, some of the issues that we're finding is we get calls more often than we'd like from homeowners in Beaumont, Jefferson County. Can y'all come out and do a windstorm certification? My roof just got finished and my insurance is hollering for an inspection. Well, you can't do that after the fact. Therefore, they're going to lose their insurance. They're going to lose their insurance. What we're asking is the permit fees here, they charge us basically $10 to $11 per square just to provide the permit. A normal size house, I don't know, anywhere from $400 to $700 to $800 just to pull a permit just to do the job, which is okay to an extent if everyone would follow the same rules. In addition to that, people are not getting the windstorm certifications. We need to try to implement something that's fair not only to the contractors that want to abide by the rules and regulations, but also, and most importantly, to the homeowners. We have people calling us again, like I said, can you please get us a windstorm certification? We're going to drop our insurance. But the guys are no longer in business, or they come from out of town, or hailstorm hit, they're all over everywhere. We're not real sure what the answers or the solutions are, but we'd like for the city council maybe to consider this and see what we can do about trying to help the homeowners. When people are going, in addition to that, as a contractor ourselves, when we're bidding these homes, before we even do anything, we're about $1,000 out for the windstorm certification and or the permit. Whereas the contractors that are coming in and not doing either of the two, they're going to be the ones getting the jobs, which is unfair not only to the contractor, but to the homeowners as well. So that's just something I'd like for the city council to consider, implementing some kind of policy to make sure that the homeowners are taken care of legally the way they should be. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Caitlin Howell, Beaumont, Texas.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. My name is Caitlin, and as a member of this community, I wanted to make a comment. I share Dean's perspective that it's time to consider alternative healing approaches. With my Master's of Science in Nutrition from Lamar University, I've come to understand true healing begins with nourishing the mind and body through proper nutrition. Supporting local farmers and ranchers provide more nutritious foods, which in turn creates a stronger community. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Dean Tucker, 2550 Long, Beaumont, Texas.
Hello, hello. My name is Dean Tucker, and it's a great honor to speak with you today. In order to help create more sanity and healing into this world, I have a very simple idea to share with you. It involves telling the truth. After all, is this not what Jesus said? Tell the truth for your freedoms. In 1999, I was introduced to a Christian church that uses a highly revered psychotropic herbal tea that comes from the Amazon called ayahuasca. It changed my life in a very significant and positive way. It is extremely safe, highly therapeutic, and is totally non-addictive. In 2007, the U.S. Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision, supported the religious use of this remarkable tea, largely through the support of the Catholic Church. There are several types of these therapeutic medicines that we should consider having legal access to. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry recently declared on the Joe Rogan show that he is committing the rest of his life to support helping vets have access to a similar type substance called ibogaine, which has been shown to be remarkably healing for depression, addictions, and PTSD. Here's a little known law that we can use to help Rick Perry with his noble dream, while at the same time helping our community. This current law being used to deny people access to these powerful medicines is a fraudulent, highly deceptive law which defines these healing substances as being very dangerous, highly addictive, and without any medical properties. The First Amendment clearly states, Congress shall have no law respecting the establishment of a religion or prohibiting the free expression thereof. I believe that it would be nearly impossible for anyone to interpret that law to mean Congress can make any law, no matter how fraudulent, corrupt, or deceptive, in order to deny our religious freedoms. I'm asking your support to help me find one lawmaker or judge in this area that is willing to say publicly that I do not have the right to follow Jesus Christ when he instructed me to heal the sick among you. This simple idea can go a long way towards transforming this city and helping it become a destination city for those seeking true healing. This dream is possible in this community. Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Larry Gauthier, 5926 Greenmore Lane, Beaumont, Texas.
Good evening, Mayor West, city council members, city employees, and my old friend Chris over there also. I come today to tell you something I spoke with some time back called dirty electricity. Dirty electricity, I experienced 247 volts on a 110 volt line. Can you imagine what happens to all of the electrical circuits in your house? Can you imagine the appliances? Can you imagine your television and all of that stuff that operates on 110 volt? It fries all of the circuit boards. We spoke a bit about abuse, 5926 Greenmore Lane. Back in the 80s, they did seismograph testing looking for oil. They shook people's houses. They damaged people's houses, testing for oil. Damages to houses, streets, infrastructure, the core. And I've experienced some of it right here in City Hall. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. And if you have my phone number, give me a call. I'll be glad to explain a little more. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you for the public comments. Is there a motion and a second for approval of the consent agenda?
Mayor, I'd like to have item F removed to be able to discuss separately.
All right, we got a second for that? Does that require it or just remove it?
Is he making a motion to approve the consent agenda minus F, or are you just making a motion to remove item F
I'm making a motion to have it discussed separately
without approving the consent agenda?
without approving the consent agenda.
Then no.
Need a second?
Yes.
Yeah, so we need a second to your,
I'll second that request.
all right, so there's a motion and a second to discuss consent agenda item F. Any discussion? All,
So Mayor, you don't need a vote for it.
Okay.
It's just pulled.
We're
So
just
now
pulling it
now
off.
you just need a motion and a
gotcha.
second for the agenda excluding F.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda
Minus F.
excluding item F.
all right,
A second, but I had a question on an item in the consent agenda.
all right, well, we have a motion and a second, so any discussion on the consent agenda minus F?
Yes, item I noticed we had an amendment for the Chodo program.
That's been removed.
Been removed?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. That's what I want to make sure.
all right. Any other discussion on everything minus item F? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Now may we hear item F?
Thank you, Mayor. Council to consider a resolution in support of the Beaumont Independent School District hosting a parade within the city. And it comes with the recommendation of approval of the resolution.
Is there a motion for the approval of the resolution, item F?
Move to approve.
Is there a second? Second. There is a motion and a second for approval of item F. Is there any discussion? Councilman Getz?
You know, I really love our high schools here in Beaumont, and I'm especially fond of Westbrook High School. My son went to Westbrook. My late wife roamed the halls of Westbrook back when it was still known as Forest Park. This past year, their men's basketball team won the state basketball championship. Can't tell you how proud I am of them. I was happy to stand up here and be a part of a proclamation ceremony. I thought that was great. I've been to their basketball games, football games, baseball games. I want it made clear and for the record, I support Westbrook. And when they do something notable like win a state championship, they deserve to have their time in the sun. They deserve to have a parade. They deserve all the applause that we could possibly give them. And same thing for Beaumont United when they won the state basketball championship game and they had a parade. We should celebrate our youth. So let's make that real clear. That's where I'm coming from. But the manner in which we celebrate that parade is the subject of what I want to talk about. This parade was held on a Thursday afternoon at 6 o'clock and involved shutting down Major Drive. Shutting down Major Drive at 6 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon was not a good idea. It caused major disruptions. And our police department would tell you, and did tell the mayor, that this was not a good idea. They were not in support of it, and they didn't think it was going to happen because TxDOT told them that in order to have a parade permit issued to shut down a major state highway like Major Drive, you would have to get a resolution of support from the city. And there was no time to do that because this was called, planned, and put together pretty much at the last minute. So with that understanding, our police department was assured that, well, we're not going to have to worry about having a parade on Major Drive. But there were those in the school district that were insistent upon having that parade on Major Drive, even though alternative routes were available that would not involve Major Drive. And whoever from the school district went to the people of the state over the head of TxDOT, they said, well, we can do this if you get a letter of support from the city. Again, this was at the last minute. So a letter of support, which we're being asked to vote on today, or a resolution that we're being asked to vote on today, was authored by the mayor. Didn't ask the city council. That wasn't done. But this was done by the mayor, and this allowed TxDOT the permission that they needed to go forward and shut down Major Drive. I wanted to go to the parade. Let me tell you what happened to me. About 4:15 Thursday afternoon, for a parade that starts at 6, I was out in Willow Creek. So I pack up everything that I'm doing, and I leave to come home to get to the parade. And I got to the intersection of McLean and Major Drive right at 5 o'clock. And it was barricaded. And traffic was backed up. And people were cutting through Amelia and around back behind Vincent Middle School to try to get around. Or they were turning around and going back the other way to get to college. So I decided, okay, well, I'll try to get to Westbrook by going through Amelia like everybody else is. So I get to Todd. Todd, if you haven't been out there at Amelia, is a narrow road, and it's got ditches on both sides. And when I got there, there was a barricade. And of course, everybody was trying to do that, so I had cars behind me and cars in front of me, and I was blocked in. Just like everybody else was trying to turn their car around with ditches on both sides. It was a mess. Finally got my car turned around and said, okay, well, I'll just go home and I can maybe ride my bike to Westbrook because I don't live that far away. I live on Phelan. I try to go home and I get to Phelan and I find traffic backed up past my driveway because it was barricaded at Phelan and Major. I couldn't even get in my driveway until cars moved. This was a major, major mistake on Major Drive. Our boys deserve better, but a lot of people that wanted to go to the parade, and I'm one of them, couldn't get there. So, with that being said, I can't support this because I want to send a message, even though it's symbolic, because it's already happened. But I want TxDOT to know that shutting down Major Drive is not a good idea. If an emergency vehicle had needed to get through to assist somebody, it would have been catastrophic. It couldn't have happened because traffic was backed up that bad, that far. So again, please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I want to celebrate our boys, and I want everybody to celebrate our boys when they do something notable like winning a state basketball championship. But having a parade on Major Drive when it could have been done around the campus, could have been done out of the stadium. Shutting down Major Drive was not a good idea, and the way that this certificate of support was done, I have questions about that because I don't think the mayor had the authority to do that without going to council.
Thank you, Councilman.
Question, Mayor.
Yes, Councilman Miller.
So what's the purpose of signing this resolution if it's already over with? I guess that's maybe a legal question.
We were asked to put it on the agenda as a formality. Essentially, like Councilman Getz said, the parade has already occurred. They asked for a resolution outside the deadline for it to be posted on council, so we offered to put it on the next agenda.
So I'm assuming there's already a resolution signed then.
There is not.
So what was sent in to the state?
A letter of support was sent to the local representative to TxDOT.
That's not in this package, is it?
It wasn't, because it wasn't authored until after the timeline to post.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to have to agree with Councilman Getz on this. You know, I mean, it doesn't have anything to do about the high school or what high school it is. I mean, I went to Westbrook like lots of other kids, but I mean, I think it's just the issue that here we are being asked to sign something after the fact that I have an issue with when council wasn't even notified on this, that there was something signed. So I guess you have the authority to do what you want, so.
Councilman Durio.
So does a letter of support require council approval? Does it have to be done at a meeting, or not? Because I guess it wasn't.
So the charter identifies the mayor as the official head or spokesperson on behalf of the city. So he did issue the letter of support would have been an official statement on behalf of the city. Doesn't necessarily require a council. A resolution does require council action.
How long was Major Drive actually shut down?
I believe the parade was scheduled from 5:30 to 7. I'm not really sure of the full time it took to clear and take down the barricades.
Okay, and did it go, was it from Mannion to Phelan down Major Drive? That's all I have.
Councilman Felshaw?
You know, with my staff, I admit that mistakes are going to be made. I ask them to minimize it, learn from it, and we try not to repeat it again. So I guess this is a learning curve for us. I'm looking for what could we do next time to correct this problem. I guess I'm looking to the city manager and the staff. What can we do to avoid this in the future?
Well, when we get requests after the time that council can meet, it creates complications. Now, this council has had a practice of doing some things, especially in emergency situations. You might not deem this an emergency, whereby we were able to take action and then came back and got approval from council later. So there's been a practice of doing that on some things here at the city. But as far as things doing later, it depends on what direction this council wants to give. If you want to continue to make sure that no resolutions or things of support go forward, it's your call. But again, the mayor is the head of the city.
Yeah, thank you, manager.
Councilman Turner?
Out of curiosity, if the mayor is the head of the city and he's able to write a letter of support without us having anything to do with it, I'm just trying to get a clear understanding of what council has an issue with him writing a letter if it doesn't have to come to us. I'm just trying to understand why we're having a conversation, where we're going with it.
So just to clarify, my statement was that he has the ability to issue a statement on behalf of the city. So he does have the authority to issue statements, and the letter of support would have been a statement or a position that the city took. So not to add things to the charter, but it just says that he is the head.
Yeah, I just want clear understanding where I can kind of make me a good response based upon understanding the whole point of us discussing this.
So I'll be happy to answer that, Councilman Turner. When you get a letter of support from the mayor, it is generally considered to be reflective of what the city council and the city officially is their official position. My official position is it is not a good idea to shut down Major Drive. It's a bad idea, especially at rush hour. And I don't like the idea that a letter of support was generated without talking to the council. And what can be done to improve it and the better is I think that Westbrook and Beaumont United will win state championships in the future. And I think they should have something on the shelf already ready that's been approved by BISD Police Department and Beaumont Police Department, if Beaumont Police is involved in it, that is an approved parade route where all of these factors and considerations can be considered. That is a proactive approach instead of a reactive approach. They'd already have something approved, and that would be something that we should probably start working on tomorrow, because we will win state championships in the future, and we will have parades for these guys and women when they do so.
I definitely do support a proactive approach. I agree with you as well. But if the mayor has the authority to do things, I'm just not that in support of pulling authority away if that's what the mayor has the authority to do, whether it be any mayor, whether it be me in the future, Pastor Felshaw, anybody. I just want to kind of make sure we're careful when we're looking at that authority. Now, if it's a council decision, if a mayor writes a letter on behalf of the mayor, I don't look at it like that. He speaks for himself. The mayor doesn't speak for Councilman A.J. Turner. But I'm real clear on, just being that authoritative of us dictating what we as individuals can and can't do if we don't have nothing already in place stipulating that. Now, if that's something we want to explore in the future, I'm open to it. But, with this instance, I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm as open to it right now.
Councilman Samuel?
There's an absence of a policy that states how that should be done. We are aware of that now. timing was crucial. It was something that I think we all would agree would have been nice to have for our students. We now understand that we don't have a policy. We need to do that. And that's it.
Councilman Getz, then Councilman Drury.
So we're not being asked to vote on the letter of support today.
Okay.
We're being asked to do something more official than that. We're being asked to approve a resolution. I don't want to send the message to TxDOT that it's okay to shut down Major Drive. I don't want that to be an official position of the City Council of Beaumont that, hey, it's okay to shut down Major Drive, because that's what this resolution would be saying. And that's not okay with me.
Councilman Durio?
So the parade was already rescheduled once because it was supposed to be on the Friday before that. And I don't know if they asked for a resolution then and then rescheduled, or everything was just late. But I know this not the first time we've done a parade. We did one down Fournette Road with Beaumont United, all the way down Fournette Road to the stadium. And evidently, did TxDOT ask for a resolution from the city then?
I don't believe so, but we didn't receive a request for a resolution until Tuesday. So that was the first time we received the request to do resolutions on Tuesday during the meeting.
So this request for a resolution from the city, because part of Fournette Road, once you get to Cardinal Drive, then that belongs to TxDOT. And they went all the way from BU down Fournette Road and came in on the back of the stadium and then went around on the stadium.
This could easily be a new position from TxDOT. It might not have been required at the time, but they did, when they reached out for Major Drive, it was told that they needed to get permission from TxDOT, not from the city. And so TxDOT position was that they needed a resolution. The first time we received a request was Tuesday.
But this might be something new from TxDOT.
Possibly.
I guess we need to clarify that or we need to let them know for the future. Like Councilman Getz said, there'll probably be some more times where we want to have a parade like that. I really thought, though, it would have been a great idea to you got plenty of room at the stadium just to do a parade around the stadium, our Doggett Field, or the football stadium.
Yes.
That would have been great.
Yes, Councilman Turner.
Yeah, and Mr. Councilman Durio, I agree. When it all first originated, as with other celebrations for our youth, even with the baseball team, I've kind of played a role. But this particular time, it was a lot of opinions inserted in what's going on. And when you have multiple people inserting their opinions, it's hard to get everybody on the same page. So for me, I do agree. It needs to be a form of a committee and some type of ordinance set so we're all on the same page. But, again, I just wanted a clear understanding when we said we're voting today for a resolution and we're saying it could be a new practice. For me, I just don't want to say things. I hate to be complicated, but I'd rather hear it from the horse's mouth instead of leave things out there for assumptions.
So the resolution, again, is, like I said in the memo, is a formality because the parade has already occurred. If council chose, which is why I recommended approval, if you notice, most of my items don't come with a recommendation. If council decided not to vote for the resolution, the parade would not unhappen.
Exactly.
It's already happened. If council was to approve the resolution, to Councilman Getz's point, if they decided to have another parade and they wanted to use a similar route, council could say no, like we didn't like the way it happened on Major Drive. So it isn't establishing a precedent that you can shut down Major Drive again. We did it, we didn't like it, we don't have to do it again.
Thank you, Attorney. With me, some of the issues we face, and I think are way more important with TxDOT than that road, like our intersections and our freeways and our feeder roads that we're riding on. I think that we're going to fight for anything, that need to be the priority and focus, in my opinion.
I'll let everybody say four of the different things on this topic since I think it's of such importance.
The only thing I want to say is you got 3 government agencies trying to work together. TxDOT, the City of Beaumont, and BISD. And you know what, though? It's our job to be able to pull that off.
Right.
So that was part of the problem right there.
I was at the parade. I was at the school. I got there early, and I know where you're coming off of feeling. There wasn't much of a crowd there. Maybe on the other side of the school by the food trucks, but where I was, there just wasn't much. And I felt sorry for the kids because there just wasn't much of a crowd there. But Councilman Getz, did you say that Beaumont PD recommended we not do this? Did I understand you correctly?
I think that's my understanding, Chief. If you can elaborate on that at all, if BPD thought that it was a good idea.
Come to the mic, please, Tim.
I didn't hear that anybody recommended against it.
No,
All
I heard
is
Councilman
we
Getz
were
say that.
doing it.
But that's who I heard is Councilman
That's
Getz.
it. But I can ask. I can ask because, there's other people.
And I would be
involved
interested
in the permitting
too,
process.
since Councilman Getz said that they did. I'd just like to let people know this is not an April Fool's joke. So our council decided to spend 20 minutes on something that happened on Thursday. I was made aware of the request after this council meeting, and I could not imagine that there would be anybody on this council that would have a problem with supporting our Westbrook basketball team, and that was a decision of BISD. I certainly agree with the fact that we should get something on the shelf. I've discussed that with Dr. Allen and board members since this happened in such a short amount of time. However, I still thought that they deserved a celebration. It had already been postponed one time. I wasn't looking to postpone it again. And, so I certainly stand by my decision, but I certainly understand that councilmen can have a different opinion on it. But we do have a motion and a second for approval of this resolution. So I'd like to call the vote at this point. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
So that would be, let's have a show of hands. All those in favor?
I'm in favor.
So you have the vote. All right, so we will now move forward with item number 1. And Mr. City Manager, may you have the reading of item number 1, and I think Councilman Felshaw will have to make an amendment to that.
Council to consider appointments to the Bond Advisory Committee.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to amend my appointments, removing Jim Broussard and adding Pat Anderson.
Okay, is there a motion and a second for approval of item number 1?
Approve with adding, who'd you say, Pat Anderson instead of Jim Broussard?
Yes.
Second.
There is a motion and a second for approval of item number 1. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 1, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 2?
Council consider a resolution authorizing the city manager to award a contract to Vortex Companies of Houston for the West Lucas Drive subsurface void repair with grout injection project. And it comes with the recommendation of approval of the resolution.
Is there a motion for item number 2?
Move to approve.
Second.
There is a motion and a second for approval of item number 2. Is there any discussion?
Got a question, Mayor.
Councilman Neal.
So I think I saw somewhere on there, this is about 12,000 feet long. Okay, yeah, there it is. Somebody here from staff, Mr. Williams, that can answer a couple questions.
Yeah, city engineer, public works director,
Thank you.
Molly Villarreal.
Molly, part of the problem on this is everywhere where you're having the breaks in the pipe, where you're gonna have to go back in there and grout that, it appears that the street's dropping in those locations too.
That was part of what brought this issue to our attention. And so we did several inspections of the pipe, and I think you joined us on one of those inspections as well, to see the condition of it. And so because of the areas where the road has started to drop, we wanted to identify the size and the extent of the voids around the pipe. And so we did a couple of rounds of ground penetrating radar, and that's where we got the estimate for how much grout would need to be injected to stabilize the soils around the pipe, basically re-encasing it and protecting the area from the voids getting any bigger. Then after we do that and get the site stabilized, then we can do the structural lining of the pipe on the interior. Very similar to what we did for the Long Street storm sewer under that BNSF railroad.
So how far does this go down Lucas? Does it go all the way down to Delaware?
Just north of, almost to Delaware, yes, all the way to the outfall, to the south. So that's the 12,000 feet.
So any idea on what the liner is gonna cost?
We do have an estimate for the upcoming project, and council recently approved the amendment to the CIP. I'm flipping through the paper. So we have, the liner is going to be about $9.2 million.
And then what about fixing the concrete panels on the surface?
That's part of that scope of work.
So you said 9 million?
9.2.
Okay, so are we gonna go out for COs for, I guess, the $13 million that all in it's gonna cost? Is that the game plan?
Yes, sir, and that was in the previously approved
Okay.
CIP.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 2, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 3?
Thank you, Mayor. Council consider a request to extend the deadline to allow a new driveway in a general commercial multiple family dwelling to district at 622 West Lucas Drive as approved in October of 2021 with the following conditions. 1, the driveway for drive-through must be one-way only and parking lot should be marked with one-way arrows. 2, pavement at the intersection of the two drives should be marked and signed to discourage the blocking of traffic coming from the new driveway. 3, the driveway shall be a minimum of 10 feet in width and that the plan be surveyed by a licensed surveyor. And 4, install a 6-foot privacy fence along the east property line extending from the northernmost curb cut south along the east property line to the southernmost property line.
Is there a motion for item number 3?
Move to approve.
Second.
There is a motion and a second for approval of item number 3. Is there any discussion? Councilman Neal.
Is there anything else that Mr. Dunnigan's gonna have to do to get this over with?
Yes, sir. So you'll see, I think the next item is the abandonment, which has to approve both city council. And then if you look at the conditions in the item in question, he has to comply with those. There are also, I believe, permits for the driveway that have to be submitted and approved. So yes, there are other things that he needs to do.
But no other hurdles that are gonna be hard to get over?
No other council or planning commission actions that I'm aware of, unless he changes his plans.
All right, thank you.
Councilman Turner.
When I hear hurdles from Councilmember Neal, I kind of share the same sentiment. I know we've been dealing with this for quite some time, and I just want to make sure we as a community can kind of work with citizens wanting to do economic development in this area, and we can be on the same page about getting things done. I think I've been dealing with this for almost since I first been elected, and it's good to see we're here today, but I would just hope that in the future we can do a better job getting on the same page up front, have multiple meetings, and not let times be this extensive.
Yes, sir. We've been working on this project for 14 years.
Wow.
That's longer than,
Excuse me?
14 years.
sounds like the James Matthews case.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving item number 3, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 4, please?
Council consider an ordinance to abandon a portion of the right-of-way along Lucas Drive, and planning staff recommends approval of the request with the following conditions. If approved, applicant shall obtain an appraisal and title commitment for the property to be abandoned at their expense. Appraisal and title commitment must be submitted to the planning office along with proof that payment has been arranged prior to the item being placed on City Council's agenda. And 2, if approved, applicant shall provide metes and bounds of the proposed abandonment produced by a licensed surveyor.
Is there a motion for item number 4?
So moved to approve.
Second.
There is a motion and a second for approval of item number 4. Is there any discussion? Councilman Neal.
Thank you, Mayor. On the title commitment and the appraisal stuff, Mr. Williams, are both parties aligned on this?
We believe so, yes.
Okay. We've agreed on an appraisal company and the dollar value, and everybody's on the same page now?
Yes, sir. We received a licensed appraiser from a licensed appraiser, and the amount is agreed upon.
All right, thank you.
All those in favor of approving item number 4, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 5?
Council consider a request for a specific use permit to allow a liquor store in a general commercial multiple family dwelling 2 district for property located at 3100 North Major Drive. And it was approved at a joint public hearing with the Planning Commission with the following conditions. Construction plans must meet all requirements by water utilities for water and sanitary sewer services, including any requirements of the city's backflow pre-treatment and our fog program. And 2, shall comply with all applicable building and fire codes.
All right, is there a motion for item number 5?
Move to approve.
Is there a second for item number 5?
Second.
All right, there is a motion and a second for approval of item number 5. Is there any discussion? Councilman Turner?
Just to staff, I know we had a location across the street. I know it's not the same as a liquor store, but it was a drinking facility. I know a lot of citizens spoke up and was against it. What was the pulse of, some of the citizens with this particular project?
So we did receive, I believe, 5 responses back from surrounding property owners. So we did receive some negative feedback, but I believe none of those residents appeared at the hearing.
Did we get any in favor?
I don't believe so.
Councilman Felshaw, then Councilman Neal.
City Manager, I just want to make sure I'm understanding. This is a retail liquor store, but they will also be, okay, but they're offering drink, okay. I'm misreading it. I understand. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilman Neal?
So my question is, with this liquor store being in a strip mall that has the event center tied into it, are we basically setting ourselves up for this to be a drinking location out in the parking lot?
It's across the street, I believe.
Correct.
Is it across the street? This is going to be in the new building going up?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Okay.
across the street.
But there's no event center being planned in that building then?
Not to my knowledge.
All right, thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor of approving item number 5, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yay.
The motion is carried. All right, Mr. City Manager, may we have the reading of item number 6?
Council consider a request for a rezoning of a residential single-family dwelling district to a general commercial multiple family dwelling, or a more restrictive district for property located at 6690 Rebecca Lane. And at a joint public hearing held on March 17, 2025, the Planning Commission recommended denial of the ordinance.
Is there a motion for item number 6?
Move to deny.
Second.
There is a motion and a second for approval of denial on item number 6. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of denying item number 6, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The motion is carried. Okay, let this be noted that it's 2:51, and we are moving into council member comments. So, Councilman Durio?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to, I guess, Demi's not here, but I think we really need to look into the comments that were made by the guy, Coastal Roofing, as far as the permitting process for the roofing contractors in Beaumont. And get some information from our staff about that. Also, like I said earlier, I think we are supposed to be able to work with other government agencies and figure that type of stuff out ahead of time. This one situation here, it was done late, and it had been rescheduled once before. And I don't want it to get lost that the reason we were doing that is for those kids and their recognition. But we are supposed to be able to work that stuff out. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Durio. Councilman Getz?
I want to also piggyback on Councilmember Durio's suggestion that we do something to tighten up penalties for people that do not get roofing permits. And I like the suggestions that were presented by Coastal Roofing. Maybe we can formalize that in some sort of ordinance modification. As far as the parade, again, I agree with you, Councilmember Durio. We don't want it to get lost that we do want to honor those kids when they do something like that. And I particularly liked your idea, and I think another council member suggested that as well to me before the meeting, but having this done out at the stadium would be so much safer, convenient, require less of a police presence instead of barricading all those streets. So it makes total sense to me to see something like that done. That's where they play their games, so it's certainly okay to have a parade there, I think. So.
Thank you, Councilman Getz. Councilman Turner?
First and foremost, congratulations to Westbrook boys, man. I'm extremely proud of you. I was actually able to attend the parade and celebrate with you guys and actually speak to y'all. It's always great to have committees, but originally it was 4 or 5 different locations, and ultimately, the coaching staff and the students and the kids, they want to do it in the neighborhood, and when you're involved, you kind of know what's going on, and that's what dictated the area that they chose. It was actually the students and the coaches and the school district that chose that area. It wasn't city council members, and that's how it kind of took place, and I just kind of stepped back and supported the wishes of those kids and the people in that area. So it's unfortunate that, we could have had a possible situation, but I'm thankful that we didn't. So we always got to think like that moving forward. Furthermore, I'm also open to some of the permitting and coding, and also Mr. Donahill, I appreciate you hanging in there. I'm thankful for the business that you have done in Beaumont. Often we have people who do things and they don't hear it. It's unfortunate it took this long, but I'm hopefully moving forward, you guys and staff, y'all can be on the same page and we can have a positive relationship going forward. I support economic development and what you're doing, and I want to say thank you. All right, I appreciate you. And for staff working with him, I appreciate you guys as well. That's the only way we can move forward. If we got to be able to sit down and actually work together. And with that being said, we do have a forum this afternoon. I know you said it was 2:51, but we also have executive session, so there's no guarantee. That's council too?
No,
Yeah.
there was no
well.
executive session.
Well, let's go. Well, I'll be headed across the street to the Chamber of Commerce Forum now. So that's even better. So nobody will say nothing so I can get over there.
You got an hour. Councilman Felshaw?
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations again to Westbrook High School. We're extremely proud of you. And remember, the state fair is going on. The mayor and I was there Sunday afternoon. The bake cook-off. I tasted 16 pies. What did you taste?
21 cookies.
So
I don't advise it.
we got our sugar for the week or the month. So, but state fair is going on. Go and enjoy. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes. Councilman Felshaw, thank you. Councilman Samuel.
I just say congratulations to the state champions, Westbrook High School. It's a great honor. So I just say congratulations.
Thank you, Councilman Samuel. Councilman Neal.
Thank you, Mayor. I heard several of you guys make mention of wanting to look into the roof situation they were talking about earlier. Caution the council on that, on creating more red tape and everything else that goes with it. So right now, there's already plans in place or ordinance in place that you have to pull a permit to go get or put a roof on your house. In my opinion, the only thing that needs to be enforced is the code enforcement of, if you want to do anything, add more people to that crew and just start fining people based off the fact that they're not pulling permits. But let's not go create a lot more red tape for everybody to have to go through to be able to get a roof put on their house. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Neal. Madam City Attorney. All right. Molly.
Briefly, in the coming weeks, don't have an exact date yet, we will do a work session on codes and ordinances and kind of why we do what we do in terms of code and ordinances. Hopefully try to identify some red tape, quote unquote, that we maybe could cut or reduce to make things easier. But I will just say, because I think it's a good opportunity to just remind folks that we've made a lot of improvements over the years in terms of our one-stop permitting process, our online permitting process and computer system. And then also every Thursday morning, we offer our pre-development meetings to anyone at any stage of the development process, permitting process, to come in and meet the folks who are involved in the review process, because I think that is the most important thing is relationships and communication.
Yes, sir. Mr. City Manager.
Yes, I don't want to steal the mayor's thunder, but Thursday there's a homeless coalition meeting, and it's going to be held at some other place. And it's being held there so we can get feedback from more people in the community, people that this actually impacts in the community. So that was recommended by the neighborhood that we hold one of those meetings, and the mayor was gracious enough to move it over there. So Thursday at 2:30, we'll be having that meeting. And one last comment on my part about the parade. The things that TxDOT districts do can vary from district to district. And that can vary statewide. And a lot of it depends on who that district engineer is and what he chooses to enforce or she chooses to enforce. So sometimes that can account for some of the differences of things that happen in different areas in different parts of the state on how strict they are with parade permits, et cetera. So whatever needs to be talked about, TxDOT needs to be a part of that conversation.
All right, and as we wrap up, I certainly excited that Westbrook boys basketball won state and that we were able to celebrate. And for those that were able to make it out there, it was quite the celebration. I know I enjoyed being a part of it. Earlier before council, we had the Child Abuse Awareness Month proclamation down in front of the Fire Museum where they had a gathering there. And this week, as we've acknowledged Nature's River Festival kicking off, tomorrow night, I believe they have the King's Arrival at the Event Center. And certainly the state fair is going on, so be careful out there because there is additional traffic. And with that, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.